I was interested in a lot of the research that Mr. Amoros had provided, and you alluded to that these were sort of academic research projects. That points to one cites studies in Kansas, another a study in Wisconsin, another in Utah. Could you tell me now, or provide to this committee specifically who commissioned those studies, who those studies were completed by, and who paid for those studies? Do you have that available now, or can
No,
you
sir,
provide
but
that together?
I am happy to get not only those who created the studies, but the entire studies themselves. I'm happy to provide
that would be helpful. I think it's helpful to the committee and those that are watching to be able to actually see, to be able to evaluate the study. I've been in these hearings enough to see the data and the research that points in all different directions. For example, the data that you cite talks about the safety records. I think the safety records specifically in Utah, as I see, but yet the data from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, as you look at the accident rates across the country, actually points to higher accident rates in prevailing wage states than in states that does not have a law. That's OSHA data. So the data is all over the place in terms of these studies that are cited. And then just in closing, Mr. Chairman, if I can, the cost savings to the taxpayer has been sort of dismissed in your testimony, in a sense that there's not really going to be significant cost savings to the taxpayer. But we have examples, and again, I'll cite where the data is from. In Michigan, you have the Mackinac Center for Public Policy. Encourage folks to look. Michigan actually had a court-ordered moratorium with regard to their prevailing wage law. It was about 30 months, a moratorium for about 30 months. And that study points to a 30 to 40% higher prevailing wage rate than the market rate. No reliable evidence that labor productivity changes absent prevailing wage. Prevailing wage actually reduced employment in the construction industry as 11,000 new jobs were added during the suspension. State and local governments saved a total of $275 million due to the absence of the prevailing wage mandate. In Ohio, the Legislative Services Commission, after Ohio had updated their prevailing wage law to allow school districts the option of using prevailing wages for 5 years, you had indications of $487 million in aggregate school construction savings and overall savings of 10.7%. Little or no impact on the quality of public school building construction. And the LSC found indications that the exemption had little impact on the wages of construction employees working on construction of public school and buildings. That was the Legislative Services Commission. So I just raised those points because we've got data, we've got research that points in various directions. So you're welcome to respond to that, but it would be very helpful to know the studies that you cite.
Yes.
If you could provide the specifics on.
Absolutely, and you mentioned the Mackinac Policy, or Center for Public Policy in Michigan. I'd like to take a look at that study as well to see how it's funded and where it's come from also. So I'm more than happy to exchange all of the data, all the studies and information, and have a very healthy debate in public for the next two public hearings that are scheduled.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.